Hi, this week we take a look at Season 2 of one of the first reviews on Tom's channel, Fresh Women. Hi, I'm Emily, and this is Adult Game Reviews. I'm filling in for Tom with this review. He has a head cold and sounds terrible, so he asked me very nicely to record, and here I am. Okay, let me get into Tom's headspace here. All right, and ready. This is an update review on Fresh Women Season 1, Episode 1 that was released in the middle of May. It's been 7 long months since Fresh Women Season 1 was fully released, and it's about time we get to experience the best-looking AVN of 2022. If you aren't familiar with Fresh Women, you play the main character who is a freshman in college. He meets a lot of attractive girls while trying to solve the mystery of his missing father. Fresh Women was also one of the first reviews Tom did on his channel. There's a link to that down below. Also, if you can, leave me a comment down below with how you think I did. It doesn't matter what Tom tells me, he has to tell me I'm doing a good job.
Oh, it's true!
FYI, Tom wrote most of this review. A quick note, Tom wrote this review, so when I say I really mean Tom. I haven't played this game yet. Okay, let's get into Fresh Women Season 2, starting with the good. Wow, this AVN looks good. However, there was one character that I had a hard time telling how old they were, but I will talk about that later. As Chapter 2 progressed, the visuals were even better than I remember. There were animations during the lewd scenes, and the level of detail was so good.
Fabulous. So wretchedly fabulous!
Opie Man does it again. Next, I criticized Episode 9 of being a dick as being filler. It was a setup episode that didn't really progress the story. This is the exact opposite of Fresh Women Season 2, Episode 1. This episode mostly just progressed the story, which was great. I was really glad that we got so much story right away. I hate it when it feels like we only get the story in bits and pieces. Now the only question is, where does it go from here? There were a couple of chances at lewd content. They looked great, but there were problems that I will discuss later. The music set the tone decently. It's not going to win any awards, but it sets the tone fine. There are sound effects and voice acting. The voice acting ranged from goofy to decent. So in general, the voice acting was passable.
You got blood on it, so I put it in the wash. That's quite the scar you've got on your back. Struck by lightning? Could I take a closer look?
Good enough.
An issue I had with Season 1 was the story progression. The story seemed very disjointed, and events didn't feel like they were always connected clearly. So far, it does seem like this is a little better in Season 2. So, progress. There are some choices to make, but it's unclear how many of those choices are going to matter. Okay, let's move on to the bad, but first, please like and subscribe. Also, selfless plug. I, Emily, do a monthly girlfriend review on the Adult Game Reviews Patreon. The $25 patrons get to vote on the game that I review each month. So far, I have 2 reviews out, with my Eternum review coming out soon. So, if you're interested in listening to my thoughts on a game each month, think about heading over to patreon.com/adultgamereviews. Okay, now on to the bad. The writing in general is still very suspect. There were no spelling errors or grammatical errors, but it just feels simplistic and stiff a lot. That was my main issue with Fresh Women Season 1, and it doesn't seem like a lot has changed. One of the characters really just looks like a young character model with a beard on it. For a game that looks this good, I would have expected this particular character to look better. I don't want to give it away if you haven't played it, but I think you know who I am talking about if you have. Next, you only have the option to pursue one girl in Episode 1. You can have fun with Chloe and a side character, but that's it. I was really sad there was no Julia.
Sad, 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 sad.
Okay, on to the weird. The voice acting could be so goofy. One voice actor could be overly dramatic, whereas another sounded very stiff.
What a strange place to do business.
I promised him I'd bring him to the park.
You could tell the quality of voice actor varies between characters. It's good that they had voice acting, but this was noticeable. Also, the only character not voice acted was the main character, so that can feel a little weird. Overall, this was a really solid episode. I really liked how Opie Man didn't leave us hanging for a long time to answer some questions from the first season. I do wish we had more interaction with the girls, but personally, I would rather have more story progression than feel like the episode was just filler. If you liked this review, Tom's review, please like, subscribe, and comment. Also, if you think I did a good job with this voiceover, also like it. Thanks again. Until next time.